right, well, here it is, week 11, wrapping up on the chase, November 17th. We are right smack dab in the middle of the lockdown phase, as some people would call it. Your highest number of does are in estrus right now, so either you are in that feast or famine experience when it comes to how your hunts have gone. But would definitely like to know how they've been. You know, let me know in the comments if you're having some good hunts. Where are you hunting? Where are you seeing your good activity? What state are you in? Here in Iowa, I only got out twice this week, and that's really because, one, the weather hasn't been that great. Two, we've had a lot of fun work to get done with all of the success that our extended team is having. And three, I really wanted to try to get ahead on my work because this next window of 10 days is probably my favorite time frame to hunt. And with the properties that I am hunting this year, I would argue it's going to give us our best chance. You know, this is when bucks that are in your general vicinity will range a little bit further. And that would be my update on the big deer before we get into the hunts from this week is, you know, where we're at, the best way I could explain it is I think there's a bedroom to my southeast. I think there's a very obvious bedroom to the north, and we are a small tree line in between. Now, that could set up really well if he was trying to cruise back and forth in between each spot, but my observations would tell me that our buck to doe ratio where I'm hunting this deer is extremely out of whack. Obviously a lot higher on the does than the bucks. And frankly, with 3 bucks on camera that are above the 4-year-old age class by my guesstimate, he's probably not having a whole lot of difficulty finding the next hot doe. And that's why we just aren't seeing him. We're not really seeing any of those deer because, I mean, it's very, very imbalanced. And so, you know, if you're gonna be expecting to see good cruising activity or things of that nature, you really do need to be smack dab in the doe bedroom. And that is unfortunately just not where we are able to hunt the buck. And that's why I'm so excited for this upcoming time frame. I mean, he's gonna have to get on his feet at some point, and with the weather that we've got coming, I think we've got a really good chance. What we're gonna jump into now is a hunt that Joy and I had a few days ago, and it shows exactly what you do want this time of year. You want a hot doe and you want to be close to the bedroom. And this is on that river property that we got this summer. We've been getting a ton of bucks on camera. Wouldn't say a ton of huge bucks, but a lot of bucks. Joy's trying to fill her first deer tag with a bow ever. And so we're gonna join that hunt. I had a ton of fun. I cannot express how much fun it was watching Joy light up, get kind of disappointed. I mean, she grabbed her bow 5 or 6 different times. So I hope you guys enjoy that. When we come out of that, I'm going to let you know what it is that I feel like I took away from that as far as learning goes, what adjustments I think we're gonna make, and then I'm gonna lay out my plan here for this next 7-day window. If you still got a tag in your pocket and you're paying attention, we're finally getting some cold weather, and it's gonna pair up right perfectly with the time of year. So jump to the hunt, hope you enjoy it. We'll catch you on this scouting mission that I'm doing right now and talk about everything I just mentioned. First deer at the bow.
This is a really good spot though. I'm feeling good. The only thing I'm not feeling good about is the fact that that buck
thing I don't like for calling purposes, you know, all the thickness is to our south right here. I'd like to be a little bit closer to the edge of it, you know. Their ability to pinpoint that stuff is insane. So, hey, we're here. A lot of bucks on camera.
A lot of bucks on camera.
Based on that buck that just came in, Joey is not picky.
No. Yeah, there was a way bigger one that came through first. We saw him twice. This little buck comes in. I was like, he comes in, I'm shooting him, Josh.
Chances for her to pull one. Oh, another buck, another buck. We got a hot down here, it's good. Oh, here he comes back, here he comes back. See ya, be careful.
It is definitely the ride. Josh and I have seen about 5, 6 different bucks this morning already. I don't even know what time it is. Some of them have just been chasing does. Some of them have came and we rattled. Regardless, none of them have gotten close enough to pull off a shot. We're kind of in an open area, so when we rattle on them and they come to check us out and then they can't see anything, I think they're getting a little like, what the heck's going on here? But it's fun. It's really fun just watching them run in, and I'm like paranoid because every time I talk to the camera, I feel like I'm gonna miss one coming in.
Yeah, we're definitely learning this natural deer movement is a little bit more tendency to be 70 yards that way.
Yeah.
And so, especially those does, you know, watching those does ran through, that's really something we need to key in on. But definitely, Active morning, huh?
There is a hot, hot, hot doe to my south.
She is.
She is like on fire.
That's the one I just saw. It's a big deer. So is the doe the only one left with him?
Yeah. There's still a small buck over there.
That's the same one that just went through, yeah.
I feel like we've literally seen all the shooters from this far.
I'm serious, this is exactly what we need. We already lost her. Son of a gun. You know what's crazy? That buck that's been with her all morning, the darker colored one walking you. And just like that, party's over.
That rain cell is coming. It's coming hard.
That's a big rain cell too.
Yeah, like let's back up.
I don't know, they say you're out in the rain.
Not today, Satan.
All right, let's go get some breakfast. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed that as much as I did. Obviously, getting to be there in person. It was an electrifying feeling having that hot doe run by us. And I told Joy, I was like, it's been a long time since I've actually had that scenario unfold. And we saw dang near every buck that we've got on camera on that property. So didn't come together. And I think it was, as much of anything, just another hook to get Joy into this bow hunting thing. But she's gonna get out a few more times this week. Main takeaways were number one, and I realized this as soon as we got in the tree. When we hung that stand, definitely didn't take into account that we needed to be a lot closer to the cover. We hung on a trail that I felt was gonna give Joy a close shot, but to do any sort of calling or blind calling, most importantly, we definitely need to be somewhere where if the buck is going to come and commit, he is going to need to find a way to come closer for us. Because the way that that was working out for us was they could get to that 50-yard mark, know where the sound was, not see anything. And so that, plus looking at the just natural deer movement, it was a little bit further to our west, about 75 yards. And I think we just need to move that stand, make an adjustment, and it'll be in good shape. But heck of a hunt, and Joy should be back in there soon. But as for me, looking ahead at the next 7 days, I think we have a lot of good hunting ahead. As I've mentioned, every day that follows, less doe should be in estrus, bucks should still be on their feet, and it's when you're going to be able to catch some bucks that are ranging just a little bit further. So if you know of a deer or you've seen a deer in your area, it just doesn't live on you, this is that time frame where I think you've got a really good shot. Bucks become pretty callable at this point, and scrapes tend to fire back up. So all the things that, if you didn't have the bedroom and the does, you're still in the game. And I think that that's what we're gonna need to get on this big deer. So fingers crossed that that's the case. We're gonna have the weather. It's finally gonna be, cold, and should expect some good, just general deer activity. And then obviously if you're one of the folks that has food, that return to food's imminent too in the next week and a half, 2 weeks. So good luck to all you guys. You still got a tag, and for sticking around, with us through these 11 weeks. I know it's been slow. Frankly, when I signed up to hunt this big deer, we knew it was not going to be riveting, and it was always going to be unlikely. But if I can hunt this next 12 days and we don't kill him, I feel like we gave him our best shot. But you never know what's going to happen. It's still the rut in Iowa, and if we get another big deer that happens to come across our path, I promise you, we're gonna try to get it done. So we'll see you next week. If you got any questions, let me know in the comments. I'll do my best to answer them. And yeah, always appreciate you guys' support on anything Midwest Whitetail. Big part of why we get to do it. So good luck in your next hunt. We'll see you next time.